What is going on, guys? Disney Dan here. Welcome back into the channel, and welcome to another Friday night live stream. It's more like Friday afternoon, guys. It's the weekend. It's been another crazy long week in lots of different areas. I hope you guys have had an amazing week. It's been super fun. Hey, Mary Ellen Clark, welcome in. Happy Friday. This weekend is going to be an absolutely crazy weekend. We've got a special Disney fiasco. Alex Downs, what is up? How's it going? We have a really special Disney fiasco this week, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be having lots and lots of people on the show, so it's going to be super awesome. But today we are going to be talking about the best ride at Disney. We're going to do that bracket that I've been wanting to do for such a long time. You'll see in the thumbnail all the different brackets with the best rides at Disney. So we're going to be talking about that today. If you would like to follow along, please check out the www.themeparktube.com and you'll be able to follow my bracket step by step. But we'll be doing that today as well. Alyssa Stenberg, what's up? It's good to see you. How are you? Happy Friday. So yeah, it's been a crazy week for Disney as well. Thank you for checking out my vlogs this week and Disney Fiasco last week. We had a great time last week. We had Maelstrom on once again for Disney Fiasco, as well as our Disney Adventures. So please go check out our Disney Adventures as well for Disney Fiasco episode number 22. We talked about Epcot's Future World. Tomorrow we are back with Megan. She's going to be back, and a couple of other people. It's the Halloween season, so we're going to be talking some Disney Halloween stuff, which is going to be super awesome. But yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. There's a lot of people going live this weekend. We have obviously Resort TV 1. I'm sure Jen from Earsom Emporia is going to go live as well. Nick from Magical News Live, my friend Nick, is going to go live as well. Our Theme Life are returning as well with a Mega Tag video. Timothy Rainwaters, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. With all the stuff that's been going on lately, it's been nice to have a little bit of a relaxing refresh and just come on here and spend the afternoon with you guys. So happy Friday. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy weekend in terms of live streams. Just want to give a massive shout out to everybody who's just subscribed over this last week and a half. You guys have been absolutely awesome, just coming on board and checking out my channel. So we're really on our way now to 700 subscribers, and it's been really awesome. So make sure that we're hitting that like button, sharing out the stream, and turning that notification bell on. It's 7 a.m. Disneyland time, but I'm doing it for Dan. Our human person, you're a legend, my friend. You are awesome. Thank you so much. I wish I was at Disneyland. You know what? I've never been to Disneyland in California. I'm desperate to go. I'm thinking about going maybe either next year or 2 years after that, because I want to go there when it's D23. And I think going there when it's D23 will be quite a fun thing to do. I would want to do like Disneyland, Disney's California Adventure, the Disney Family Museum in San Francisco, and D23 all in one go. I think that'd be pretty fun. Yeah, but we're gonna stick with Florida next year, so that's gonna be super exciting. So yeah, and also I did another vlog this week. We did the Move It, Shake It, Celebrate It, as well as Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair. That was it. We did that. I did that vlog this week. On Sunday, I'll be posting my Festival of the Lion King vlog, which is super awesome. We're doing such great views with that. We're getting over 100 views on my vlogs, which is just crazy. I'm just so blessed that we are just moving at a really quick pace, and we're getting to those 700 subscribers soon. We're just going to wait for a couple more people to come on in before we start our Disney World attraction bracket. So if you've just joined us, make sure we're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much to everybody who subscribed this week, and everybody who's been with me for over a year now. It's been over a year since I've been part of this community, so it's been super awesome. But we're going to spend this afternoon together, get you guys ready for the weekend, getting ready for, enjoying lots of different live streams coming up this weekend. Like I said, speaking of which, our Theme Life, Mike and Jen, are going to be returning tomorrow. So just before Disney Fiasco, just before 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe it's 6 p.m. Mike and Jen will be returning. I think it's one of your live streams about the mega tag, the Disney mega tag video. I did that a couple of weeks ago. So guys, please check out Our Theme Life. They are such awesome guys, just such an awesome family, and we are so excited to the Saturdays are always so like excited because you start off like with Nick at Magical News Live at 4 o'clock, then it's Our Theme Life at 6 o'clock, then us, then normally it's like the Viper Project, and then it's Resort TV 1. Like it's a whole afternoon, evening of live streams. Yep, that's right, Dan. Can't wait to get back into the mix. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to seeing you guys back live. It's really awesome. The downside to D23 and going to the parts afterwards is that it's way packed. Almost to capacity. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I bet. But I think there's something. But the thing is, it's packed, but it's packed with the people you would want to be there with. I mean, it's packed with those Disney fans. The Main Street Journal, what is up? How's it going? It's really good to see you. You've been so awesome, just really helping my channel and growing my channel, and just it's been real, pleasure of getting to know you. So yeah, it's going good. It's going good. How are you doing? Happy Friday. We're getting things started. We're going to start our Disney World attraction bracket really, really soon. Just wanted to get everybody to come in first. Hoping everyone has had a really good week. My week has been a lot better. If you didn't know, I've been having a lot of mental problems, health problems lately. Yeah, on a bit of a sour note, I will be going to surgery on Monday. Just to get something done, but I'll be on the road to recovery for 2 weeks. So that means, though I won't be at work, means more live streams. Means more live streams. So yeah, it's going to be quite eventful this next week. So doing well for Friday. I'm happy to have you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, we're thinking of doing this attraction, but I wanted to decide what was the best Disney World attraction. Now, I could have made this really, really simple. I could have said, all right, my favorite Disney World attraction is Popcorn Cart number 3 on Main Street, USA, or the Dole Whip stand. I mean, it could be any one of those. Hey, Liam, what is up? We wish you nothing but the best, and thank you so much, Mike. I really, really do appreciate that a lot. Yeah, thank you guys, really, for all the support. It's been a rough couple of weeks for me, but it's good to be back and try to stay positive. But yeah, hey R Jones, what is up, my friend? It is so good to see you back here in the chat. You guys are you with Josh and Jenna later? Because I'll be checking out Resort TV 1 later. I think they're going live at 8 or 9 or 10 or something. They're on pretty much every night. So so yeah, if it was down to me, my favorite attraction would be the Dole Whip stand or popcorn or anything food related. But unfortunately, that the bracket that everyone's been using on their live streams have been from the Theme Park Tube website, where it has all the different attractions 2018. So I think let's get started. It's been about 8 minutes in. We'll get started with the bracket. And we're gonna take it nice and slow. I mean, we've got all afternoon. I am here to just relax with you guys, have a really enjoyable afternoon, and just talk some Disney with you guys. So, looking at the bracket, I've been looking at the bracket long and hard, and there are some rides that I prefer over others, but we're gonna talk about pretty much each and every single one of them, and just see which ones that you prefer and which ones that I prefer. So yeah, let's start off with the first one. We're talking about one of the most popular rides at Magic Kingdom and one of the classics, and that's Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is going to go up against Tom Sawyer Island. So Pirates of the Caribbean it's a classic. It's one of those amazing attractions that has been there from the start. Walt Disney loved the theming of pirates. He wrote he directed Treasure Island. That was his first live action film. So he's always had that fascination with pirates, and Pirates of the Caribbean is one of those just all-time classic rides. And I actually just noticed when I was looking through my vlogs that the first ride I rode at Disney this past August was Pirates of the Caribbean, and the last ride that I rode was Pirates of the Caribbean, and I didn't even notice that until like today, that the first ride and the last ride that I did was Pirates of the Caribbean. So I don't know. So Marianne Clark says it's no brainer. William says it's no brainer. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. Tom, look, I love Tom Sawyer Island. I think the backstory of Tom Sawyer is a great character. I think he is a really awesome character to get to know his backstory, and Tom Sawyer Island has a lot of history. But the fact of the matter is, it's a lot of effort to get there. You got to get to Frontierland, you got to take a boat, and then you got to go there, and there's nothing really there to do. The Engine Joe's caves are pretty cool, but you look, it's Pirates of the Caribbean any day, every day. So yeah, it's got to be Pirates. Pirates is going to go moving on, and I think when I talk about each ride, whichever ride that goes on, that was my laptop. We'll talk about. I want you guys to say your favorite scene in Pirates. What is your favorite scene in Pirates of the Caribbean? I love the new redhead scene. Pirates of the Caribbean. Just the build up is really cool. I like the whole mistiness and the darkness right at the beginning. And then I also love the inclusion of Captain Jack. Is pretty cool. But I think the standout for me is when you go into the firing. Where the whole city is on fire and they start singing the song. That really does get me into the Pirates of the Caribbean feel. The dog with the keys, yeah, I mean, that's just a classic scene right there. I think that was one of Corey's favorite animatronics when we did that Disney Fiasco show back in the day. So Pirates of the Caribbean absolutely is going to move on 100%. Now the next one, I love that fire scene. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, next one. Na'vi River Journey at Disney's Animal Kingdom, aka World of Pandora, or Living with the Land. This is a really tough for me. Two really great boat rides. One you can consider an Epcot classic in Living with the Land. Somewhat of an overlooked attraction, I believe, but also really cool. And then Na'vi River Journey, an attraction that, say what it is, compared to Flight of Passage, this ride in particular is revolutionary because it uses those 3D effects. You got the most incredible animatronic I think I've ever seen in my life, with the shaman of songs, and it just feels like you are right bang into Pandora. You know, you are right into that world. You don't think that you're in Florida anymore. You would feel like you're on this distant planet at night, and the sounds and the smells and seeing that avatar is quite a unique experience. I think definitely it's overlooked already as it's a new ride. But Living with the Land also a great ride. If Soarin' wasn't there, if you go back to when Epcot was opened, Living with the Land was one of the most popular attractions. That's why it has a fast pass line, because it was so popular. So before Soarin' came out, and people still go there for Living with the Land. But if it was me, I don't know what you guys think in the chat, but Na'vi River Journey is the one that is going to go forward. The river has the best animatronic ever, but it's very quick. I think you're right. I think the ride is very quick. But I think if sometimes people just need to sit back and enjoy. I think a lot of people like to film and use their cameras. I know as YouTubers I do that. Hey MU, free music for your videos. What is going on, guys? How's it going? I think that's the thing. It's a quick ride, but I think if you just sit back and look around you, and I actually like to look behind me on the ride, just because I like to see some hidden things and hidden details, and I think you really get submersed into that attraction. Na'vi River Journey really does, in a way, I think it does a better job getting yourself into the world of Pandora than Flight of Passage does. Just my opinion. You really get up close to the shaman who's singing that amazing theme, that tune, and it is an amazing animatronic. So Na'vi River Journey for me is going to go forward into the next round. All right, next one. Grand Fiesta Tour at Epcot in the Mexican Pavilion, or It's a Small World at Magic Kingdom. For me, this is one of the hardest, most difficult choices. I love both of these rides. Yeah, I agree with your decision in move Navi River Journey ride forward. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yikes, that's hard. Yeah, I know, it's so difficult. Thing is, there's pros and cons for both. Gran Fiesta Tour is just a very whimsical ride. It's very just funny. It has a certain heart to it. It doesn't take itself too seriously. There's not really a storyline. And hey, Laser Cat, what is up? It's good to see you. My favorite name on YouTube. No offense to everybody else, but I love that name, Laser Cat. It's great. Gran Fiesta Tour is just, it's so light-hearted. And I hope it never ever goes away. I hope it never ever changes, but it probably will at some point. And also what's good about Gran Fiesta Tour is there's never really a line to wait. Hey Haley, what is up? Guys, if you haven't checked out my partner channel, Corey Fiasco as well as Haley, they've just I think they're still there at Disney. They are at Walt Disney World right now. Really, really awesome. They just, I'm so jealous of you. What you guys are doing, I'm so jealous. But it's good to see you guys. Hopefully Corey had a really nice birthday. And it's good to see you, Haley. But yeah, Gran Fiesta Tour, you can easily get on the ride so quickly. If they ever change the Fiesta Tour, it will probably be turned into Coco. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's nothing, without any doubt. I'm drinking out of my Ravenclaw mug today. I think Gran Fiesta Tour is a great ride because you can get on it really easy. It's fun, it's quick, and actually a lot of people don't really know that it's there. Which I think Gran Fiesta Tour is pretty good at. We just ate at the Poly 2. See, Haley, this is why we're friends, right? This is why we're friends, because immediately you come in, you say hi, and then you just say, well, I just ate at the Polynesian. And like that's like my #1 place to go to, like, for food. You got to tell me, did you go to Ohana, or did you go to Kona Cafe, or did you get Dole Whip, or what did you get? I'm drinking a vanilla latte coffee. Yeah, well, where did you eat though? Where did you eat? I'm more interested. I'm not interested about the ride thing now. I'm just more interested in where Haley and Corey ate. Now it's a small world. It's a small world. Obviously, it is one of the classic rides. Oh my gosh, Ohana for breakfast. I love the bread. That's so good. Hey, oh gosh, Did you leave any for me? Can you like send some over to the UK? I really need some Ohana bread pudding right now. The Tonga toast and it's so good. Right, back to It's a Small World. It's a Small World, really classic ride. It's just, it's what Disney really was all about back in the day when he was, creating all these concepts and rides for when he was going to put them in Disneyland. And, It's a Small World was at the New York World's Fair. And I think people, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship with It's a Small World. You got the people who love It's a Small World because of its significance, and the people love it because it's that connection to Walt and the connection to bringing all of the people together. But there are the people, there are the people who like, oh gosh, it's that song. It's that song, oh gosh, yeah. Da, 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 da. Hey Corey, what is up? Damn morning, hi everyone from Long Beach, California. Oh, Liam's jumped onto his other channel. Yeah, sending it now. Yeah, you gotta send it to me right now. Right now. I mean, it's not far. So yeah, no, It's a Small World. I think for me, if it was a choice between It's a Small World and Gran Fiesta Tour, just because of my love for Walt and his philosophy and his creations, but then I'm also thinking about It's a Small World in Florida, not It's a Small World in California or Disneyland Paris. It's a really tough decision because I think It's a Small World I don't think it's as good. Just the way it looks on the outside doesn't look as good. Love the ride, but the song gets stuck in my head all day. Oh, it gets stuck in my head all the time. You know what? If this was It's a Small World in Disneyland Paris or It's a Small World in Disneyland in California, I would have gone with Small World. But I'm gonna play it controversial and go with Gran Fiesta Tour. It's a very unique ride. I really enjoy it. I always sing along to it. And yeah, I'm going with Gran Fiesta Tour. I went the Gran Fiesta Tour, love that ride. It's a great ride. And if you ask me what are my top five rides in Epcot, then I would put Gran Fiesta Tour up there. Bad on Iron, not yours. Oh dear. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Gran Fiesta Tour. Hopefully that doesn't upset too many of you. Okay, next one. Oh, this one is gonna be a little easy for me, but I want to hear what everyone else thinks. The Country Bear Jamboree over in Frontierland, and the Seas with Nemo and friends at Epcot's Future World. Let's start with the Living Seas. Look, I think the Living Seas is a great attraction, a great dark ride, and trust me, if we're talking about one of the best experiences at Disney, it's walking through those doors into the Living Seas Pavilion and getting that flush of cool air from the Living Seas Pavilion. I think there's nothing quite like that one for some reason, and the smell of that line is awesome. I think the Living Seas is a great ride. I love how they do the projections onto the tank right at the end of the ride, where they have the starfish. And have an amazing day, Dan, and everyone. Thank you, Haley. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. Happy birthday. Send happy birthday to Corey, and hope you guys have a magical day at the Polynesian, which I'm so jealous about, and the rest of your Disney trip. So jealous. So yeah. Oh, are you? All right. One, are you going? Or are you sticking around? So the Living Seas would definitely be, it's one of my favorite rides at Epcot. But the Country Bears. Let's talk about the Country Bears. I love the Country Bears. Look, if you guys have known me for quite a long time, I love the Country Bear Jamboree just because it's so weird and amazing and awesome, and just every song that I can think of, every single song from that show I can just remember, and I just love it. I love the Bunny, Bubbles, and Beulah, the three little girls, the three little small bears. I love Big Al. I love Teddy Bear, just Libberlips. Just all these great characters, and they all have different personalities. So, look, for me, it's a no-brainer. It's Country Bear Jamboree. It's heading on to the next round, into the quarterfinals. Oh gosh, the movie Human Person. Yes, the Country Bears throwback to the movie. That movie is terrible. It is awful. Thank you, Mary Ellen. I really appreciate that. All right, we are heading to the next round. We are talking about Journey Under the Sea with the Little Mermaid in Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom, and Turtle Talk with Crush. Now, I'm going to be honest. I've never done Turtle Talk with Crush. Is it as bad as... Oh my gosh. No, the thing is, right, side note, Batman and Robin with George Clooney as Batman is a terrible, terrible, terrible movie. But it's so entertaining to watch because it's so bad. Batman and Robin is terrible. Turtle Talk with Crush. I've never done Turtle Talk with Crush. I think it's I don't really know what to expect. I always thought of it as that attraction that it was just really for kids. There are, lots of these rides are just for kids, but I think that one was really just for those kids who just wanted to be there and the parents to have a little bit of a break. Journey into the Sea is so fun and exciting. I sing every time I go onto it. No, Crush. Look, I love Crush. I think Crush is an awesome character. He's gnarly. He's awesome dude. But it just never really was that attraction that I would really go to in Epcot. I think it's just nothing really, for me, it's not where I would go. Yeah, so Journey Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid. For me, when I found out that they were doing this ride based around the Little Mermaid, I was like, oh, it's going to be another dark ride, the same as Peter Pan, the same as It's a Small World, the same as, the Snow White Scary Adventures. It's going to be the same kind of thing. You have to do a Turtle Talk with Crush. I don't even know how he talks. Look, I'm going to be brutally honest. I think Journey Under the Sea No, Under the Sea Journey. I still can't get that name right. Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid is one of the best rides in Magic Kingdom, especially in one of the best rides in Fantasyland, just because the theming is amazing. The theming, right from before you even get into the ride, the theming of Eric's castle and how you journey literally under the sea. You are going pretty much underground, under the castle, and then it lowers you even more down, and you see all the bubbles floating above you, and Ariel singing, and then you get thrown into the under the sea scene, and the amazing Ursula animatronic. All right, Arjon's see you in a sec. Look, I think Journey Under the Sea is phenomenal. I really, really do feel that it's a great ride, and it's for some reason I don't really know why, but I always seem to ride it every single time I go. The live stream connection is great in there, so that's always a plus. Well, for me it is. And I just think there's something new every time to see there. So Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid is certainly something that I would put on into the next round. Alana, how's it going? Welcome into the channel. Happy Friday. I'm drinking my Ravenclaw vanilla latte coffee. So yeah. So if you've just come on in, I like when Sebastian whispers at Prince Eric, Ariel has a name, Ariel. Yeah. Ariel. Her name is Ariel. I'm like, no, it's Ariel. Well, that coffee sounds young. It's quite nice. I like it. I love my coffee. So if you've just missed us, in the first round, we've had Pirates of the Caribbean go through, defeating Tom Sawyer Island, Na'vi River Journey beating out Living with the Land, Gran Fiesta Tour beating It's a Small World. I know, a bit controversial. Country Bear Jamboree beating out The Seas with Nemo and Friends, and Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid beating out Turtle Talk with Crush. Those are the ones we've talked about so far. But now we're talking about a big hitter. This one is going to be really, really tough, I'm telling you right now. Before we do that, make sure we're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and sharing out the stream. What is your favorite extinct Disney ride? Asks Lasercat. My favorite extinct Disney ride? That is a tough question. I have my favorite extinct Disney. No, oh no, it's obvious. It's the Great Movie Ride. Great Movie Ride is my favorite Disney extinct show, hands down. I miss the Great Movie Ride so much. I can't believe it took me so long to think of that. Right, okay, this is the next one. Kilimanjaro Safari over at Animal Kingdom's Africa area versus another attraction that is at Animal Kingdom, Flight of Passage. Whew. Kilimanjaro Safari versus Flight of Passage. That is a tough one. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Kilimanjaro Safari opened the same year, opening day of Animal Kingdom on Earth Day in 2003, 2002. Kilimanjaro Safari is an attraction that, like Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, it's never the same twice. You made these up. These are hard. No, they're all here. Wait. Wait, hold on. I'm going to flip the camera around. There you go. I'm doing the bracket, the Disney World bracket. There we go. Flight of Passage versus Kilimanjaro Safari. I love the Great Movie Ride, even though I couldn't recognize the movies. I'm a big movie guy. I love them. I love a lot of the older movies as well. Maybe I'll do a thing on the Great Movie Ride at some point. That'd be kind of cool. But Kilimanjaro Safari, I think, is a great attraction just because it's not really a ride. It's an attraction where you see all these amazing animals, these live animals. I tell you what, I've had such amazing experiences every time I go on Kilimanjaro Safari. Last time I saw 5 rhinoceroses. I mean, it's serpent sorcier. Nah, I'm a Ravenclaw guy. But I've seen lions, I've seen elephants, I've seen giraffes, but they always doing different things. I got to go now. Have a magical day, everyone. Okay, thank you, Laser Cat, for stopping by. I hope you have a happy Friday. I'll be here all afternoon, so if you want to jump back in, feel free. No, Gryffindor. Look, Kilimanjaro Safari is a great ride, and the wait times have gone down over the last couple of years because of all these new rides. And speaking of which, let's talk about Flight of Passage. Flight of Passage is hands down one of the most incredible achievements in theme park technology. You know, so many rhinoceroses, something like that. I think Flight of Passage is groundbreaking. In the next 5-10 years, a lot of these rides will be based around what Flight of Passage did. And every time I go, I am jaw dropped. And there's so much to look and see and touch and smell, and everything is amazing from as soon as you get into Pandora right till the end when you come off that ride. The theming is incredible, the storytelling is fantastic, the pre-show is great. I love the pre-show with Dr. Ogden and the scientist, and then the ride itself, a very unique ride, you know, sitting on this motorcycle thing that can generate the feeling that you're on the back of a Banshee. For me, it's Flight of Passage. Flight of Passage has to be going on to the next round. I love Kilimanjaro Safari, not as much as Flight of Passage. So Flight of Passage is heading on to the next round. Okay, next round, we're heading over to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Make sure we're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, sharing out the stream. Make sure we're hitting that notification and sending everything on Twitter to everybody, and then we're gonna have a good time. Star Tours: The Adventures continues over at Disney's Hollywood Studios versus the Casey Jr. Splash Pad at Magic Kingdom. Let's talk about Casey Jr. Let's talk about Casey Jr. Splash Pad. I'm pretty sure I can guarantee that most people really have not been there. Thank you, Juan. I really appreciate it. The splash pad, I think. Look, I've been there, and surprisingly, I've spent a good hour just sitting there because there's so much to look at in terms of theming. I think that whole area of Storybook Circus is so incredibly themed, and I think it really does show a very it shows what Imagineering could really be like, taking something out of a movie like Dumbo and placing it right in the middle of Fantasyland, or just the side of Fantasyland. I think it's great. But here's the thing, I'm a massive Star Wars guy. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars, The Adventures Continues. All right, thank you, Mike. Awesome stream. Thank you so much, really, for watching. Really good to see you. I hope you have a magical day. And I'll see you tomorrow for your live stream. I can't wait. Look, I think Star Tours is fantastic. I really, really do. Though, the only thing I don't like about Star Tours is that every time I go on it, I always end up with that thing, Jar Jar Binks. Hate Jar Jar Binks. I'm sorry. If you love the prequels, fab. Like, honestly, if you like the Star Wars prequels, great. Like, good for you. They're just not my thing. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, but the prequels, I struggle every single time to watch those. I really, really do. And every time I go on Star Tours, I always go to the Naboo and the Gungans, and I'm like, no! There's eight episodic movies. There's 2 standalone movies, and I get put in Naboo with Jar Jar? Why? There better be some Jar Jar Binks love. There better not be. There better not be. No, I'm not a fan of the prequels. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Disney World Adventures. Happy Friday. It's really good to see you. Welcome into the channel. So, look, I love Star Tours. I think the theme is great. I think Star Tours has one of the best gift shops as well, with the Tatooine traders. I really enjoy that a lot. So that's my coffee done. But yeah, I think Star Tours hands down beats the Casey Jr. Splash Pad. Star Tours will be heading on to the next round. Okay, next round we are heading to hey Leanne, what is up? How's it going? Happy Friday. We're going to be talking about the Hall of Presidents. The Hall of Presidents is going to go up against Frozen Ever After at Epcot's Norway Pavilion. So let's start off with the Hall of Presidents. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't done the Hall of Presidents, not since 2002. So I didn't see it when Obama was in there, and I didn't see it this summer when Trump was in there. Hey, Kate Atwood, how's it going? For me, the Hall of Presidents is I know it goes back to Disney's love of being, he was a very patriotic person, and he loved America. I don't have to go to work today, so I get to watch. Yay! But for me, as somebody, not from America, and I'm not saying that I don't love you, I love America, like more than most people in the UK, trust me. But for me, Hall of Presidents was never something that I would really do. I just, listen, you got Hall of Presidents here, and right around the corner is the Haunted Mansion. That's what I would do. Look, it's obvious. So yeah, Hall of Presidents just didn't really appeal so much to me, and I know its history, and I know Walt loved being patriotic. He loved, Washington D.C. and the White House, but for me, just wasn't. It's just not really my thing. Frozen Ever After, on the other hand, I think is fantastic. I'm working, so maybe ninja watching. You could do like 2 in one go. Look, I could have a whole different debate. I think I might do this next week. A whole different debate on Frozen versus Maelstrom. If you guys have been watching me for quite a long time, you know my opinions on Maelstrom and Frozen. But I think I might do that next week. But for me, Frozen is a very, very good attraction. It is themed so very well. The animatronics are phenomenal. And I've had a lot of memories on Frozen Ever After. I was there opening day for Frozen Ever After. I've been on there with Josh and Jenna and Nick and R. Johns. That was pretty cool. And it's just, look, for me, it's a no-brainer. Frozen Ever After is going to beat out the Hall of Presidents. My only complaint is that they closed up the whole where they're going backwards. I think that's, to be honest, when you walk past Maelstrom, that was the one thing that really drew you guys to go onto the ride. You said, oh, cool, your boat is like kind of leaning out of the ride. That's really cool. But it's all about a troll and an oil rig and this thing, this troll thing, back over the falls. Like, it just didn't make a lot of sense to me. Look, I liked Maelstrom. I'm not saying it was the best ride ever. The thing is, right, let's do a quick thing before I talk about it next week. Maelstrom, before we even knew Frozen was coming, before we even knew that Frozen was going to be a massive hit, let's be honest. When you go to Epcot, the first thing you thought about when you go to Epcot was, oh, we're going to Epcot today. The first thing I'm going to ride was Maelstrom. No, you're either going to ride Spaceship Earth, or Soarin', or Living with the Land, or Test Track, or Mission Space. Maelstrom was never that go-to attraction, right? It was normally an attraction you would go to once you get to World Showcase. But since it closed and Frozen replaced it, it was like, oh, you can't do that to Maelstrom? How could you do that to Maelstrom? It was a classic. It was amazing. I loved it. And I'm like, really? Did you love it? Because it wasn't the ride that you went to first thing in the morning when you got to Epcot. Like, it just, for me, it was the right decision. It was the right decision to put Frozen there. Maelstrom looked really dated. It didn't make a lot of sense. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but look, this is me ranting, so we're gonna move swiftly on. Frozen Ever After, 100% is gonna go through. All right, the next one is never rope dropped. Who rope dropped Maelstrom? Who did that? I didn't. Look, I'm as big of a Disney fan as the next person, and I'm a big Epcot fan as the next person, but I never rope dropped Maelstrom. I, it's just I'd rather rope drop Circle of Life in the Land Pavilion when it was still open. So I mean, look, I'm sure there's somebody. I'm sure there's someone who loved it. But let's be honest, it was never that go-to attraction. I once rope dropped Barnstormer, Blame the 3-year-old. Hey Chad Campbell, it's really good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. When we get to Barnstormer on this ride, I've got a lot of stories about Barnstormer. I think it's not going to do a spoiler alert, but you're going to have to wait around to see my opinions on Barnstormer because it's quite fun. Right, next one. We're going to have a... yes. We're going to head to the Magic Kingdom. I hope you guys are ready for this one. The Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise, a classic Disney World ride, a Disneyland ride. Walt Disney really had hands-on with the Jungle Cruise. Versus Tomorrowland's Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. For me, this is really tough. Two very, very comedic rides in the complete opposite ways. Jungle Cruise versus Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. They better have the Rock audio animatronic at the Jungle Cruise. Oh man, that'd be so good. I'm a big Rock guy. I love the Rock. Let's talk about the Jungle Cruise. It opened 1971 at Disney World and 1955 at Disneyland. Jungle Cruise, although I do love Monsters, Inc. Mary Ellen Clark says neither. Interesting. It's interesting that this matchup has two rides that are variable each time. Exactly. That's the thing. These two attractions, you'll never have the same experience twice. Jungle Cruise, the skippers made it so fun with the jokes, but Monsters, Inc. is so funny as well. Jungle Cruise here, love Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. I love Pixar more than Disney. Interesting. Let's talk about Jungle Cruise. I think Jungle Cruise is a fantastic attraction. The Jungle Cruise ride really depends on what skipper you kind of get. I've had skippers who were great, but I've had skippers who went the extra mile. The best line, the backside of water. You get like skippers that go, "Welcome everybody to the backside of water," but then you got some other skippers who are like, guys, guess what? It's the backside of water, guys. The backside. Like, it depends on the skipper that you get. And for me, the Jungle Cruise is a fantastic ride. I love the Jingle Cruise during Christmas time. But you can tell when the skipper is really into it. Yeah, exactly. And I know some skippers. I know some skippers who are skippers right now, who I know do a really great job. But if I'm going to put to my vote, just out of personal experience, I'm going with Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. And let me tell you why. Not that this is a dishonor to Walt or to anybody. I love Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor because every single time it is very, very different. You still have the pre-recorded shows and the pre-recorded stuff, but it is a very unique attraction. Now, also another reason why I love Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor is because I have been picked, not once, but twice. I have been spotlighted twice. But surprisingly, both those times wasn't that guy. It was more like, this guy's going to get up and dance in front of the whole theater, so I had to get up and dance and stuff. And then I was also picked as Randall when they did the Monsters, Inc. scene. So they're like, oh, this guy can disappear. So I'm just gradually, I was just doing this the whole time on the screen. So it was really fun. So it was great being Randall at the Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. The attraction depends on how much those picked are into it. Yeah, no, you're right. It absolutely is. I like when Sheila tells Mike Wazowski googly bear. Yeah, I know. Hey, Emma John, how's it going? You just have that look. A Randall look. I have a Randall look. I mean, sometimes I'm quite purple, but I can camouflage, you see. I can just camouflage into the sofa that I'm sitting at right now. So yeah, for me, it is the Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor over the Jungle Cruise. I love the Jungle Cruise, but because of my personal experience, I'm going to have to go with the Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. So yeah, that is going to head on to the next round. Sticking with Magic Kingdom, we are also going to do another Adventureland showdown against an attraction from Magic Kingdom. And when Mike Wazowski gets bitten by a baby monster and yells, "Yeah!" that was my Mike Wazowski impression. So the next one is going to be Mickey's PhilharMagic over in Fantasyland versus the Enchanted Tiki Room in Adventureland. The Enchanted Tiki Room. It's a classic attraction show, very much overlooked, especially as the Jungle Cruise is there and Pirates of the Caribbean is there. Enchanted Tiki Room is certainly an overlooked attraction, but I love it. I love the music. I love the animatronics in there. It really goes back to, Walt Disney himself. You see a lot of pictures with him and all the characters, all the different birds from the Enchanted Tiki Room. But Liam brings up PhilharMagic as one of the best attractions. Listen, PhilharMagic, the first time I rode PhilharMagic, seen it, I was mouth drawn. I think it was something that I really did not expect. I think it really plays up to the Disney Renaissance people who grew up with things like The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. There's Fantasia in there as well. So it really goes back to, the people who were born around the 80s, the 90s, and the parents of those kids. So you have something like the Enchanted Tiki Room, which went back to, right from the start, 1955, and, PhilharMagic, which is when Disney was at its peak. Now, I can see a lot of people going backwards and forwards in the chat. Can't wait to go on the Enchanted Tiki Room for the first time on my next Disney trip in the future. I wonder if Jose ever found Rosita. I'm going to go with Enchanted Tiki Room. It is a very special ride. It's one of those rides that I think without it, animatronics wouldn't be where it is today. And I'm so glad they brought back the original Enchanted Tiki Room over than the Iago and Zazu version. Guys, did you remember that? The Iago and Zazu version of the Enchanted Tiki Room? Ugh, it was horrible. I took my husband to the Tiki Room for the first time this year, and he just wasn't impressed. That's the thing. It's difficult because with the Enchanted Tiki Room, under new management. Oh gosh, Chad, thank you for bringing that up. Megan, hey Megan, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm doing the bracket thing. I was like, Megan did that this week. I think I'm gonna do it. I think the Enchanted Tiki Room really does have that uniqueness about it, and I think once you get past, thank you Megan so much, really appreciate it. Go subscribe to my partner channel, Megan from Mickey's Magic. She's so close to 750, so please go check it out. And I think Enchanted Tiki Room, it's weird after you hear that. So you hear the Enchanted Tiki Room song, like in the Tiki 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 Room, and then after that song, it kind of goes all weird. But I love it. It's great. It reminds me of the Country Bear. It's just something quite bizarre. Did you hear about the mum that won't let the daughters watch? Yes, I remember that. That is Kristen Bell, who is the voice of Anna from Frozen. Tiki Room is the best. I just sit down and relax and enjoy the music and then sleep when the Glee Club sing softly, but get scared when the thunder strikes. Yeah, exactly. It is quite bizarre. I think it's Marmite kind of attraction. I think you're right. Emma and John. I think it is right. It is a Marmite attraction, but I do love it. Mickey's Magic is here. Party time! Yeah! Awesome. So Enchanted Tiki Room beats out PhilharMagic for me. All right. Here we go. I remember this from Megan's stream, but the Seven Dwarfs Mine Coaster over in Magic Kingdom versus the Festival of the Lion King. Let's start with Seven Dwarfs Mine Coaster. I think it is one of the best rides in terms of, in the last couple of years, Seven Dwarfs has been such a unique attraction. And even since it opened, it's still 100 and something minutes away. You can probably check it out right now. Go into your phone, go into the My Disney Experience app and check out the ride line, the ride queue for Seven Dwarfs Mine Coaster, and I bet you it's over 60 minutes. And it's been like that ever since the park ever since that opened, right? Ever since Seven Dwarfs Mine Coaster opens, it's always had a very large line. That tells you something how good it is. You know, it's taken the old animatronics from the Snow White Scary Adventures and added a lot of new animatronics and designs, and it's so good that, you know, it's the only roller coaster in Fantasyland. It is still... Okay, how have you not done Mine Train, R. Johns? You're there like... Look, give me your My Disney Experience app password and I will get you a fast pass for Seven Dwarfs. You need to go on it, my friend. How? That is mind-blowing. I've got a better chance getting a fast pass to meet you. I will get you look. I've got fast passes for that ride 2 times in a row. I'm gonna get you one, R-Johns. How? I'm gonna start doing a petition of like, get R-Johns a fast pass for Seven Dwarfs, because it is a great ride. It is a really great ride, and I really enjoy it. Though I do think it's a bit quick. It is a bit quick. On the other side, the Festival of the Lion King. I'll sneak you on with me. The Festival of the Lion King. If you've been following me for quite a long time, you'll know that I love the Festival of the Lion King over the Lion King Broadway show. And I've seen the Lion King Broadway show and I love it, but this is just incredible. The music is fantastic. The atmosphere is great. I love that you're sitting, you know, facing 3 other stands, okay? And I love that all the action is focused in the middle of the theatre rather than face on. See Sean Vlog, how's it going? I'll get him a fast pass. Well, happy Friday, it's good to see you. I love that the whole action is in the middle. I love the fact that I love the tumbling monkeys. Look, if I didn't have this big built body that I worked so hard to get to, I would have been a tumbling monkey, right? If I wasn't this guy who loved food, in my other life, I'd be a tumbling monkey because I love the tumbling monkeys in the Festival of the Lion King. I think the Be Prepared song from the show is great. And the finale of Festival of the Lion King always hits me real hard. Look, I was born in 1994. Lion King was released in 1994. It is that special attraction, special movie to me. It's mine in a... it's an amazing show. I got to be making an animal noise. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I know you're paying down. It's bought and paid for. Okay, so Seven Dwarfs Mine Coaster, Festival of the Lion King. Festival of the Lion... I think it's got to be Festival of the Lion King. For me, Festival of the Lion King is such a great show. My favourite show. We're going to go with the Festival of the Lion King. I like the original Lion King show before the gymnastics version. Oh, I'll need to check that out. That's quite interesting. Okay, here we go. Next round. Muppet Vision 3D versus Rafiki's Planet Watch. Music composer Hans Zimmer was amazing live at Coachella. He played Lion King. Oh, that's awesome. I love the Tumbling Monkeys. Yeah, me too. Muppet Vision 3D versus Rafiki Planet Watch. Hey, Forever Alice, how's it going? Listening. Okay, be careful. I don't want anything to happen, Forever Alice. Just be careful, okay? Let's start with Rafiki's Planet Watch. I've never been to Rafiki's Planet Watch. I know I've never been to Rafiki's Planet Watch. It's so much effort to get to. Listen, put Wakanda there. Get me on that train. Transport me into Wakanda. That's me, right? Rafiki's Planet Watch, I really did not... I don't mind. I know you're going to say Muppets. Muppet Vision, never went to see Planet Watch, neither did I. Both of them can go, but as Rafiki's, it's actually going Muppets for the win. Oh, no, I didn't mean to... Oh, no, Ceesh, no. No. All right, see, Sean Vlog, that was not... My phone has been acting up. I'm really sorry. I did not mean to do that. Oh, gosh, no. Oh, crumbs. Oh, gosh. No. Yeah, thank you, Megan. Oh, sorry about that. My base... Oh, no! Okay, look. Basically, when my phone is plugged in on the charger, it kind of glitches out, so I can't scroll up, and it sometimes does things that I don't want it to. So that's why it hid Siege. That's sorry, sorry, Sean. I'm sorry, and I'm sure you guys didn't want to see up close and personal. That computer problem is my phone. I'm sorry. And also, I've just had a big coffee, and I'm kind of like really hyper right now. Right, where was I? Yeah, Rafiki's playing watch. Look, it can go. Put Wakanda there. I'm fine. Muppet Vision 3D. I'm gonna say it right now. Is one of my favorite things to do at Hollywood Studios. One, because it's never busy. Two, it's probably got one of the best Disney hidden secrets in the whole of Walt Disney World, and that's the key under the mat. As soon as you walk into into the Muppet Vision 3D attraction, as soon as you walk in, take a right. You'll see a sign saying key to the studio is under the mat, and you open up the mat and there's a key on the floor that's been nailed to the floor. It's so cool. I know it's weird. I know you love Rafiki's Planet Watch. I know you do. Hey, you travel vlogs, what is up? Thank you so much for stopping by. Happy Friday. But I love the show of Muppet Vision 3D. I know it needs kind of an update. I never knew about the key. That's awesome. Yeah, you got to check it out. I think I put a video down there. Back in 2016, I put a vlog which shows that. So, yeah, look, it's Muppet Vision 3D for me, 100%. When your room is kind of weird, Dan sings Muppet Babies or us. Zachary Taylor, welcome into the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure, guys, we're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much to everybody who subscribed this week. I really, really do appreciate it. And we're on our way to 700 subscribers, so thank you so much. But yeah, Muppet Vision 3D is going to be out Rafiki's Planet Watch going forward to the next round. Gosh, we've gone an hour already and we're still on the first half. Soarin' in Epcot versus the Liberty Bell. Let's be really quick here. Soarin' hands down. Soarin' is going to go straight away. Look, I love the Liberty Bell. I'm a new sub here. Who is Disney Dan? I'm letting you off because you're my partner channel, Megan. Yeah, look, it's Soarin'. Look, the Liberty Bell has got a lot of history, but the problem is it's never open, and I want it to be open. And actually, for quite a long time, you could actually like drive, like steer the Liberty Bell. If you went up to the cockpit, you could actually ask to drive the Liberty Bell, but look, it's never open. So Soarin' for me, Soarin' is one of the best rides in Epcot. Soarin' is heading through. Soarin' over California, rest in peace, I know. Here we go. This is going to be a Fantasyland showdown for this one. Peter Pan's Flight, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Now, I know what Megan is going to say. But let's just talk about Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh first. I love this ride. I think it's great. I think it's one of the best child-friendly rides at Magic Kingdom. You always see this is a good one for first round. Yeah, I know, it's a great matchup where you got a great ride like Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which is always a long wait to go into. Funnily enough, I always get a fast pass for it because, you know, it is a long wait, and also the kids love it. And I think Pooh is a really, is a great ride. But here's the thing. If you know me at all, if you've been following me for such a long time, you know I love Peter Pan. Peter Pan is my favorite movie of all time, not just Disney. Peter Pan is my favorite movie of all time. The ride is incredible. Look, here's the thing. I wouldn't wait in line for Peter Pan's Flight. Although the queue is fantastic. I always get a fast pass for Peter Pan's Flight. But it hands down is the winner. Sorry, Pooh and Tigger and the gang, but Peter Pan is going through to the next round. And the final round, the final part of the round one on the other side is the People Mover. The People Mover, the TTA, the Wedway People Mover, or however you want to call it, versus the Walt Disney World Railroad. You can't fly on Winnie the Pooh. I know. But they have honey, and honey is food, and I like food. TTA versus the Railroad. is a tough one. I love the railroad just because of its connections to Walt. But I think I said this on Megan's stream. If this was the Walt Disney World Railroad in Disneyland, I would take that. I would hands down take the Walt Disney. I would I cannot speak today. The Disneyland Railroad, I'll take any day because that was Walt's train. That was his train. He was on that train. But the one in Walt Disney World is more symbolic, whereas the TTA is what it's all about. Dakina, welcome. How are you? Happy Friday. It's good to see you. So I think I'm going to go with TTA because the TTA is what Walt Disney World is all about. It is literally what Epcot was meant to be, and the design and the transportation. The People Mover is not just a ride, it's something incredible. So TTA is heading on to the next round. Right, we're going to jump over to the other side. If you want to follow along, please check out www.themeparktube.com/bracket, ride bracket, and you'll be able to follow along with me. Choose a 2018 bracket. You'll find it on the Google Images. I'm taking it from that. There's a lot of people have been doing that so far. So imagine if I rode that to work. Could you? Oh, it'd be awesome. Could you imagine going to work on the People Mover? It'd be amazing. Right, we're going to move on because we've gone over an hour and we've already done one half of the bracket. Don't forget to smash that love. Thank you so much, Mary Ellen Clark. I really appreciate it. Right, Tower of Terror versus the Astro Orbiter. I'm going to make this very, very, very quick. Mouse Talk, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you again for last week to come on Disney Fiasco. Thank you, Walt, and love to Melissa. How are you guys? It's good to see you. Astro Orbiter, look, I've been on it once. Wasn't so much a fan because I'm not really into spinning. But at work, but wanted to say hi. All right, have fun at work. But remember, it's Friday, and then it's nearly the weekend. Bye, everyone, heading off to work. See you, human person. Thank you so much. Hey, Ray Joseph, how's it going? Welcome. Astro Orbiter, look, I do like it, but I'm not great with spinning, but I love the views. But for me, it's Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror is one of the best rides, I think, in the whole of Disney. Theming is incredible. I love the ride. I always like scaring people, and Astro Orbiter was better than I thought, and I don't like spinning rides. So we're kind of similar. I'm not a big fan of spinning rides either, but I did enjoy it. But for me, it's Tower of Terror. I mean, it's still... Right, Megan, I'm getting you a fast pass for Astro Orbiter. But if it doesn't hold a candle to... Yeah, you're right. It doesn't. So, Tower of Terror, you are heading on to the next round. All right. This one, I think Megan is just going to spam the chat. Enchanted Tales with Belle versus Journey into Imagination. Enchanted Tales with Belle over at Fantasyland versus Journey into Imagination in Epcot's Future World. I can be honest, I've never done Enchanted Tales with Belle because for me, I love Belle. Belle's my favorite Disney princess, but for me, I'd rather go and meet her in a meet and greet rather than go and do this whole, walking through the whole thing and retelling the story of Journey into Imagination. I can just go on my phone and watch the movie. For me, it's much more for the kids, which is nothing bad, but it's just not really for me. But Figment, if you guys know me at all, Figment is up there. I love Figment. I think Journey to Imagination is one of the most crazy, bizarre rides that you'll ever be on. It's one of the most unique rides in the world because it really is just so weird and wacky. One little spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation. Such great lines in that. Two tiny wings, eyes beaming yellow, horns of a steer, but a wonderful fellow. From head to tail is royal purple pigment. And there, voila, we got a Figment! Bam! I managed to do that all in one go. That's how you know a skunk is not a rose. I mean, just these lines are great. I love Figment. Figment absolutely is going on to the next round. The next one. We have... I'm trying to read it. Okay, here we go. The one that everyone's been waiting for. The beginning of Enchanted Tales with Belle is pretty cool. I've never done it, so I'll need to check it out maybe at some point. Barnstormer. Someone was asking me before about Barnstormer. I think it was Chad. Barnstormer versus Expedition Everest. No, wait. No, I've got that wrong. I've got that wrong. Ignore me. That was wrong. It's Expedition Ever. I cannot speak today. Triceratops Spin versus Expedition Everest. This is an Animal Kingdom showdown. Triceratops Spin versus Expedition Everest. Triceratops Spin is Dumbo. It's nothing special. I prefer Triceratops Spin's look compared to its ride because it fits so very well in the theming of Dinoland USA. But here's the thing. Expedition Everest. Probably the best roller coaster at Disney apart from maybe Rock and Roller Coaster. It's Expedition Everest, guys. Let's be honest. Let's not kid ourselves. Moving on. Now we're talking about Barnstormer. Barnstormer versus Kali River Rapids. Kali River Rapids. It's a fun ride. I think the wait for that ride. You know, if I did wait the whole time for Kali River Rapids, and then went on it, I'd be very underwhelmed. I don't find it. I would only do Kali River Rapids if I fast passed it. I think it's quite. It's a bit overrated for me. Barnstormer, though, I would recommend not doing Barnstormer in the daytime. My recommendation is doing Barnstormer at night. Do Barnstormer at night and you'll be pleasantly surprised because you actually can't see what's going to happen. I'm going to be honest. I love Barnstormer at night. I think it's great. The wash cycle, I know, right? I don't like River Rapids, but it's the only one in Walt Disney World, so have to take that over on the kids. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is probably one of the hardest ones that I've done because both of these rides, they're fine. Like, I'm gonna go with Kali River Rapids. Although I do prefer the Barnstormer, I think Kali has more of a draw factor. I'd rather go on Kali River Rapids than go on Barnstormer. Where I don't know. Kali River Rapids is fine. It's not. Next round is going out anyway, so spoiler alert. All right, here we go, guys. Mission Space versus Primeval Hurl, or Whirl, if you like that ride. If I could pick neither, I would. That's how I justified my picks. Look, Primeval Hurl is just it's spinning and a roller coaster. I love roller coasters, but I hate spinning roller coasters. It just makes me sick. It makes me awful. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But Mission Space is even worse, guys. Mission Space is worse, and I'll tell you why. Because Mission Space, it spins, but you're claustrophobic as well. Neither, but I hate Mission Space more. Like both of them are just awful because, you know, you're claustrophobic and it spins and you're looking at a screen and it's horrible. I don't like it. And then you've got Primeval Hull and that one spins on a roller coaster. The only redeeming factor about Primeval Hull is that it only spins half the ride and not the whole ride. Primeval World, love that attraction. Disney World Adventures, look, if that's one of your favorite attractions, that's completely okay with you. It's not for me, but I am going to put it forward to the next round. Mission Space can go fly away, to be honest. I hate that ride. I'm sorry. I don't throw the word hate around often. Mission Space, no. The worst of the worst Disney attractions, we should do a Disney Fiasco episode on that. Now for the spin. I would rather be put in the washing machine than go on these two rides. I'm being deadly honest. I'd rather go in the washing machine and spin myself in that than go on these two rides. Oh no, oh gosh, I'm trying to read the chat. I love the way they had a bag in Mission Space and it was less spinning one. I know. I know. Okay, moving on to two of my favorites. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad over at Magic Kingdom's Frontierland, and the monorail. Uh, I love the monorail. I think the monorail is unique. I think it's very special. It's one of the only attractions outside of a park that you can do for free. I mean, come on. I could ride the monorail the whole time, and I love it. I think the views are amazing. You get great picture shots. Um, the monorail smells, though. Yeah. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the wildest ride in the wilderness. I can't wait for the updated monorail. Me too. I'm looking forward to the updated monorail, and that's probably why, if this was the new monorail, I'll probably take it over Big Thunder Mountain monorail, because you know you're going to the park or a resort, and that's always nice. Not if you're leaving the park, though. I've never been on the monorail, Arjons. I don't believe that whatsoever. The monorail and Main Street Trolley, gotta love Dee's favourites, I know. But I'm going to go with Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's probably my least favourite mountain, but I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I do love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. But if this was the new monorails, I think I'll take the monorail over it. But Big Thunder Mountain's going to go forward. I've never been on any of the Main Street vehicles. We'll talk about that in just a second, because that's coming up real soon. I don't think about leaving. I never leave. They have to drag me out by my fingertips. All right, here we go. The next round, Dumbo. Dumbo, the flying elephant, versus the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. Dumbo versus the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. Look, if you listen, guys, if you've never seen the Swiss Family Robinson movie, do yourself a favor and watch it. It is very good. I really enjoy that movie a lot, and actually, there's so many Easter eggs from that movie in this treehouse. Here's the bad thing: it's a lot of stairs. The view is amazing when you get up there. It's a great little experience. But Dumbo, for me, it's a classic. Dumbo is one of the rides in Fantasyland which, is so good. It's so popular that they made two of them. Dumbo was originally where the carousel was, and now it's, doubled in size. For me, it's Dumbo, despite not actually having done it for a couple of years. Right, next one. What does that say? Okay. Here we go. The next one, I have to head out, Dan. I can't wait to see. And wait, Megan. I need you for this one. The Main Street vehicles versus the Haunted Mansion. Why did you have to leave on one of the best ones? We can't do the treehouse as someone we was with is disabled. That's the thing. The Swiss Family Robinson treehouse is not good if it's not good for disabled access at all. Whereas Dumbo is. The Main Street vehicles, they are a fun addition to Main Street. I think when we talked about Main Street on Disney Fiasco with Megan a couple of weeks ago, we really love those vehicles. It really does tell a story about the development of turning the century and the turn of the century and seeing all these amazing ride vehicles. Always loved riding in front of of the monorail with the driver. Best was way to ride the monorail until they stopped it. Yeah, I know they stopped that. I do like the Main Street vehicles. All right, Liam, back on the other channel. I do like the Main Street vehicles. It does bring that sense of nostalgia to Main Street USA. But who are we kidding? It's Haunted Mansion any day. I love the Haunted Mansion in so many ways. I love it as soon as I see it from Frontierland, or as soon as I see it from Fantasyland, I'm there. Like, for me, I've gone Haunted Mansion 3 times a day. Like, I used to do... When I was a cast member, I am not even kidding you guys. So I worked at Disney's Contemporary Resort. Whether it was in the morning or at night, I would always go to Magic Kingdom, and I would always ride Haunted Mansion every day. Because I love that ride. I didn't care how long the wait time was. If I was working in the afternoon, I would get there bright and early in the morning to Magic Kingdom, ride Haunted Mansion, spend the day at Magic Kingdom, then go to work. Or the opposite way around, I finish work, I head to Magic Kingdom and get a fast pass for Mansion. Mansion is that ride, It is, for me, it was always Peter Pan's Flight or Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion now is probably my favourite ride in Magic Kingdom. So for me, hands down, Haunted Mansion is going to head on into the next round. On the last visit, I saw the lady that is glowing, sitting out the garden in the queue. She was amazing. Yeah, that is. I love going when it's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Absolutely. Right, we've got to move on. Next up, Prince Charming's Regal Carousel versus Splash Mountain. Prince Charming's Regal Carousel is by far one of the most expensive rides in the whole of Walt Disney World. If you go back, it was first built in 1902 or 1903 and was moved down all over the country amongst the East Coast until it was brought to Magic Kingdom. Each horse is an absurd amount of money, of how much it costs. It is one of the most expensive rides at Disney, surprisingly, the Regal Carousel. But here's the thing. It's Splash Mountain. I love Splash Mountain. It's a fantastic attraction. So we've got to go with Splash Mountain for this one. Splash Mountain over the Regal Carousel, as much as I love Prince Charming's Regal Carousel and the history behind it. Okay. Heading up to Rock and Roller Coaster, starring Aerosmith. Stretch, you got to make it a super stretch. Rock and Roller Coaster versus the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. For me, this is an easy one. Rock and Roller Coaster, any day of the week. I love the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. I think it's the theming is quite great. I do think it's a bit out of place in the middle of Adventureland. I would like to see maybe a different attraction of Aladdin. How about some backstage passes? That was a really bad American accent. But here's the thing, it's Rock and Roller Coaster. I love Aerosmith as the band. I think they're great. One of the best bands of all time. And it just works so well. So yeah, look, it's got to be Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, hands down. Moving on, Dinosaur at Disney's Animal Kingdom versus Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. I do like the show. It's not something I would really go to every single time, I know, but for me it's Dinosaur. Dinosaur has got some of the best animatronics in the whole of Disney. It really does a great way of sending you back in time. You feel like you're amongst all these incredible creatures. It's dark. It throws you. For me, it just throws you around, and I just love it. I really, really love Dinosaur. For me, it's a must-do every single time I go. I love taking people who've never been on Dinosaur before because it is quite terrifying. It's really not for the young kids at all. There are kids who do quite enjoy it, but for me, it's Dinosaur. Next up, the American Adventure over in Epcot's World Showcase at the American Pavilion versus the Carousel of Progress. American Adventure, look, I'm going to be honest, same with the Hall of Presidents. I've never seen it. For me, it just doesn't appeal to me. And like, again, I'm not a big, no, scratch that. I'm a huge American guy. I love America. I'm always there. For the last 8 years, I've been to America backwards and forwards. I love the American culture and I love American history. But for me, the American Adventure is just something that just doesn't appeal to me as much. Whereas the Carousel of Progress, for me, hands down, actually, wrong, it should be Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. It is one of the best classic attractions there is. It's going forward, no problem. Next up, Test Track over in Epcot's Future World versus Finding Nemo the Musical. I love Finding Nemo the Musical. I love the music. The stage production is very good. The puppetry is fantastic. The songs are so good that whenever I watch Finding Nemo, I'm like, what happened to the song? Where's the song in the movie? Because the songs are so good. I have the CD, it's great. But here's the thing. It's Test Track. I love Test Track. I love the original Test Track when they had the dummies in the queue that kept getting squashed and slammed, and that was really fun. But this new test track, it's great. I really enjoy test track. Just the whole atmosphere and the speed. I'm a big car guy. I love cars. And just being able to sit in a Corvette when you get out of the ride and sit in these really nice Chevy cars. I mean, look, it's test track for me. Finding Nemo the Musical is great if you would like to spend 40 minutes sitting down watching a great caliber show. But test track for me is where it's at. Next round. We've got 2 more to the end of round 1, and it's already been 80 minutes. I'm sorry. Space Mountain versus the Mad Tea Party. I'm going to be very quick here. The Mad Tea Party, I hate spinning. I'm sorry. I hate spinning rides. I can't deal with it. I like I said with Mission Space and Primeval Hurl, I can't do spinning. So Mad Tea Party, you are eliminated straight away. Space Mountain, probably my favorite mountain. So you're definitely going on to the next round. And the Space Mountain, I hate the Tea Party because it's a spinning ride. No, I don't hate it. Official to Quincy, thank you so much for stopping by. I think you subscribed to my channel today, so thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Welcome into the channel. Happy Friday. Good to see you. So yeah, Mad Tea Party eliminated. Space Mountain is definitely heading on to the next round. And the final one is a Tomorrowland showdown. We got Buzz Lightyear's Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin versus the Tomorrowland Speedway. I love the Speedway because it goes back to Walt and his idea of that kid inside of you that wanted to, be, a race car driver. It mixes that fantasy and technology. So the Fantasyland and Tomorrowland mixed together. I love the Tomorrowland Speedway because it does that. The problem with Tomorrowland Speedway, I think it needs to update itself. Okay, got to go sleep. Fun stream. Thank you, Ray, so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Have a magical day. For me, yes, you're right, guys. It's Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. I really enjoy Buzz Lightyear. I always love trying to get Galactic Hero. And just, I would like to see Buzz Lightyear have a little bit of a renovation. I think it's starting to look a little tired. But maybe having a little bit of an update. But I do love Buzz Lightyear. Awesome. Okay, that's round 1 done. That's the hard part. Actually, no. It's the hard part / the less hard part, because now all the good rides are left. But it's going to take a lot less time, okay? So, let's get straight back into it. Here we go. Pirates of the Caribbean. This is round 2, guys. Make sure we're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, notifying the notification bell thingy. Share out the stream, guys. Make sure everybody in Twitter, Instagram, everybody knows that I am live. I need their input on my bracket of the best Disney World ride. Pirates of the Caribbean versus Na'vi River Journey. For me, it's very difficult call. I love Na'vi River Journey, like I said before. Na'vi River Journey is a really great attraction, amazing animatronics, a great atmosphere, just a really enjoyable ride overall. But here's the thing, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, guys. How could it not be Pirates of the Caribbean? It's such a wonderful attraction that I think it brings out that child inside of you. It makes you want to be a pirate. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Guys, it's Pirates, hands down. I enjoy Pirates a lot. This is so hard, but I'd have to go with Pirates of the Caribbean. I think Na'vi River Journey is a great ride. I really do. But look, I can avoid it for a year. I didn't actually go on it this year. I only went on it last year because I know I'm going to go on it next year. So yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean is going on to the next round, into the semi-final. Pirates of the Caribbean is into the semi-finals. Next up, we have Gran Fiesta Tour. Gran Fiesta Tour versus the Country Bear Jamboree. Whew, okay. This is a tough one. It's a tough one. I want to hear what you guys think. Country Bear Jamboree versus the Gran Fiesta Tour. Gran Fiesta Tour is a really fantastic boat ride, very hidden in Epcot. starring the three Caballeros. But we got Country Bear Jamboree as well, with you know Liver Lips and Big Al, and it's just I don't know. I'm going with Country Bears, guys. I'm going with Country Bears. I think you guys love the Country Bears a little bit more than Grand Fiesta Tour. I love Grand Fiesta Tour so much, but I think it's got to be Country Bears, guys. Country Bears, you're heading to the semi-finals. Or is it quarterfinals? Quarterfinals. Yes. So Pirates of the Caribbean is in quarterfinals, and Country Bear Jamboree is in the quarterfinals. Here we go. Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid over in Magic Kingdom versus Flight of Passage. Look, I grew up in the 90s. Little Mermaid was the start of the 90s Renaissance. You know, the when Disney was at its peak. It started from the journey of the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid was, I'm going to use a really classical term here. Under the Sea was the catalyst of Disney Imagineering. It was the start of Disney Imagineering in the new age. Country Bear is actually underrated. It's only starting to get more popular now. You're right. You're absolutely right. Little Mermaid is a fantastic attraction, but Flight of Passage, man. If you guys didn't hear about it earlier, I love Flight of Passage. It is such a unique and amazing attraction that it's groundbreaking, guys. It's groundbreaking. For me, Flight of Passage, you are heading on to the next round. Flight of Passage, welcome to the quarterfinals. Star Tours, the adventures continues at Disney's Hollywood Studios versus Frozen Ever After at Epcot. This is tough. Again, big Star Wars fan. Love Star Wars. And I think Star Tours is fantastic. Frozen Ever After, again, with the whole dark ride, you can see the evolution of what a dark ride could be and what it will be in the future. I would love to see a Tangled ride inspired by the Frozen attraction, or you know, all these animation rides inspired by Frozen. But I love Star Wars. But the problem is with Star Tours is sometimes I get a little motion sick on it. It's quite rough, and it's quite a claustrophobic place. You're sitting around a lot of people. It gets quite hot. Star Tours, I'm afraid you are going to get eliminated. Frozen Ever After, welcome to the quarterfinals. All right. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor versus the Enchanted Tiki Room. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, again, you know, you guys, I've just told you my experience with the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor and how I was Randall and the guy who got up and danced in front of everybody. I love that attraction. I love the fact that it's always different every single time you go. But the Enchanted Tiki Room, it's great. It's classic. But I'm going to go with the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. Guys, there is a problem. I missed out a group. So we're going to have to do a double. We missed out. It's Tough to Be a Bug versus Spaceship Earth. That's one we missed from the first round. I just noticed. It's Tough to Be a Bug versus Spaceship Earth. I'm going to make this very, very simple. It's Spaceship Earth to me. I'm looking forward to the update. I'm looking forward to the new Spaceship Earth that's going to come out in 2023 or 4, whatever it is. But Spaceship Earth now has got to go up against the Festival of the Lion King. Spaceship Earth versus the Lion King. The Festival of the Lion King is an attraction, is a show that I love. It is, for me, the best show on property. So now, when I think about this bracket, Festival of the Lion King is the best show. So how is this show going to compete against these classic attractions? I love Spaceship Earth, but the problem is with Spaceship Earth, yeah, it's apples and oranges. But Spaceship Earth, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Spaceship Earth, for me, could be better. I think the descent down Spaceship Earth with all the lights and stuff, it's not... There's so much more you can do with that instead of just spinning out stuff on a computer screen. there's so much more than you can do with Spaceship Earth, and it could be an even better attraction. And also, Spaceship Earth has one of the biggest blunders in the whole of Disney, and the Phoenicians did not invent the alphabet. So that's another reason why Spaceship Earth is getting knocked. I'm sorry, I love Spaceship Earth, I love it. But compared to the Festival of the Lion King, it just has no chance for me. They're going to fix it. So once they fix it, I'll redo my bracket, and then we'll see. I can't wait to see what they do with Spaceship Earth. Me too. I can't wait. More comfortable ride vehicles. That is true. But Festival of the Lion King is going to head on into the quarterfinals. Okay, Muppet Vision 3D versus Soarin'. I'm a big fan of the Muppets. I'm a fan of Muppet Vision 3D. I think it is a very well-themed building. I think the pre-show is fantastic. And I do love the show, Muppet Vision 3D. But Soarin', guys. It's Soarin'. It's absolutely Soarin'. You have to go with Soarin'. For me, Soarin' is heading to quarterfinals without a shadow of a doubt. Soarin' is heading to the next round. Peter Pan's Flight. This is a tough one, guys. Peter Pan's Flight versus the People Mover. Oh, gosh. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Peter Pan's Flight versus the People Mover. Oh, TTA says Mary Ellen Clark. Oh, this is tearing me apart. Have any of you guys seen The Room, the film The Room? Tommy Wiseau goes, "You are tearing me apart, Lisa." And I'm just like, this is tearing me apart. This choice is tearing me apart. I love both these attractions so much. I'm going with Peter Pan. I'm going with Peter Pan just because it does have that connection to me and my childhood. Guys, like, it is my favorite movie of all time on a personal level, and what that Peter Pan has, that connection to me and to the children of Great Ormond Street Hospital in London, and to me personally, I just could not put that over People Mover as much as I love the People Mover. I love the People Mover, but Peter Pan's Flight, I think for me on a personal level, has to go through for me. So I know I'm going to get a lot of thumbs down now. I'm sorry. Right, here we go. Next one. Tower of Terror. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror versus Journey into Imagination. Wow, bringing in the children. I'm sorry. Look, I think I've spoken to you guys a long time ago about Peter Pan and how special it is to me. So, but we're going to talk about the Tower of Terror versus Journey into Imagination. If it was Megan, it would be Journey into Imagination. But for me, I think it has to be the Tower of Terror. For me, Tower of Terror is probably my favorite ride at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The theme is fantastic. The ride is incredible. The experience is always different because it's done all it's a computerized system. So you're going to have a different experience every single time. Tower of Terror, for me, hands down, is going on to the next round. We have a Asia showdown. Expedition Everest versus Cali River Rapids. What do you guys think? Expedition Everest or Cali River Rapids? For me, Cali River Rapids, again, for me, is a bit overrated. I don't think it's too... I have a fast pass to Tower of Terror tonight. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. For me, Cali River Rapids, it's overrated. I do like it, but it's not something I really rush towards and go and do. Expedition Everest, hands down, one of the best roller coasters at Disney. Theming is fantastic. The ride queue for Everest is great. The whole museum. Everest, for me, hands down. Okay, here we go. This is going to take a long time. This is going to be a really difficult one, guys. I need you to focus now. This is a really difficult choice. We have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad versus Prime Evil Hurl. Guys, I mean, come on. Come on. If anyone says Primeval Hurl, I mean, look, guys, if you like Primeval Hurl, fantastic. Like, cool. I'm not judging you. Everyone has their own favorite ride. but it's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, guys. It's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's great. It's so fun. Primeval Hull, I just can't do. It's just too much of a spinning ride. And I just don't enjoy it as much as Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. And I'll give you a top tip, guys. Wait till later in the day to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, because actually the ride gets quicker because the track gets hotter because of the sun, and then the ride goes faster. It's a little tip. I know, I read that somewhere. I don't know where I read. I think it was Lou Mongello from WDW Radio, and it's pretty cool. A really fun fact. Here we go. Dumbo, the flying elephant versus the haunted mansion. For me, Dumbo is a great ride in terms of how much of a classic ride it is, but the haunted mansion is the classic ride. When you think Disney classic rides, maybe apart from Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion is that classic ride, guys. For me, it's Haunted Mansion hands down. I'm sorry, Dumbo. I love you as the movie. Dumbo is a great ride, but the Haunted Mansion by far is a winner and is heading to the quarterfinals. Haunted Mansion, welcome to the quarterfinals. Tough one, guys. This is going to be a tough one. I've just noticed this one is going to be really, really tough. Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith versus Splash Mountain. This is a tough one. I love Splash Mountain. It's a great attraction in terms of the theming and how it is inspired by the Song of the South, the movie, as well as how Splash Mountain got its name from the movie Splash, starring Tom Hanks. And I just love every time sitting at the front of Splash Mountain and getting soaking wet. But Rock and Roller Coaster, there's no thrill like the first part of Rock and Roller Coaster anywhere at Disney. There is no thrill like that at Disney by the start of Rock and Roller Coaster. This is a really tough one. I'm going to need your help. I know R. Johnson said Rock and Roller Coaster. I want to hear what you guys think. I'm really desperate to, because this one I can't call. I really can't call this one. I love them both. Splash Mountain says Disney World Adventures. It's tough. It's really tough. I can't decide which one I pick. You know what? I'm going to give the edge to Splash Mountain. And let me tell you why. I really like Rock and Roller Coaster. I think Rock and Roller Coaster is a fantastic roller coaster. I don't like getting wet on a ride. I mean, that's fair enough. For me, I love getting wet on rides. I really, really do. And that's why I'm not a fan of Cali River Rapids, because I never get wet on it. Splash Mountain, for me, I love getting wet. But I feel like Rock and Roller Coaster is a bit too short. I would love to, like, when they do the transition in songs, you know when they go into Love in an Elevator, like Love in an Elevator, and then it ends. And then it's ending, and I'm like, come on, I want to keep playing that song. I'm back for 10 minutes. All right, Lasercat, it's good to have you back. I just want more of Rock and Roller Coaster. I want more of the ride, because I love the songs, and I just want to be like flipping and turning and just banging my head and rocking out. But I want more, whereas Splash Mountain, there's 4 drops, and I still sing along to Splash Mountain, and it's just, yeah, now I think about it, Splash Mountain is going to head to the next round. All right, Dinosaur over in Dinoland USA in Animal Kingdom versus the Carousel of Progress in Magic Kingdom. Dinosaur, like I said before, a great ride. Really, really a unique in terms of attraction. It's like the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland. But I love the animatronics in Dinosaur. I love the theming. I love the storyline. But for me, something that really is special is the Carousel of Progress. And it's not just the Carousel of Progress, it's Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. Sorry, Dan, gotta get back to work. Wish I could finish this. So much fun. Have a magical day. All right, thank you, Walt Disney World Adventures. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Have a magical day. Happy Friday. I think the Carousel of Progress is special because it's one of only a few attractions that has the name Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. And that has that connection to Walt. It has Walt's handprints on it. So I'm going to go with Carousel of Progress over Dinosaur. Next one, Test Track over in Epcot versus Space Mountain. Oh gosh, Test Track versus Space Mountain. This is a tough one. Make sure we're hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel and ringing that notification bell. Please tweet out the stream, guys. It's really good having you guys here, but make sure we're don't forgetting those little small things to help out my channel. Thank you so much. Test Track versus Space Mountain. Whew, Test Track says Emma and John. Space Mountain, I tweeted out, thank you so much, Marianne Clark. I really do appreciate that so much. I love Test Track. It brings back so many memories. But if there's one ride that makes me laugh the whole time, it's Space Mountain. I love Space Mountain because I love either sitting at the front where I can't see anything and I have no idea where it's going to go. I prefer the Paris Space Mountain. That Space Mountain is so different compared to all the others because it goes upside down. It's a lot quicker. It's definitely more unique to. Oh no! Zoom out. There we go. Space Mountain, the first coaster I ever rode back in 1975. I think it's still zoomed in a little bit. There we go. Sorry, more technical problems. I think Space Mountain because at the front, I love sitting at the front of Space Mountain because I don't like to see, I hate seeing where I'm going because I think it's quite fun not knowing where you're going. Or at the back where it really like flips you and turns you and up close down, I know. I love sitting at the back of Space Mountain because it really makes you fling from side to side. Whereas Test Track, I love Test Track, but the thrill just loses it after a couple of times. And finally, last ones of the quarterfinals. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin versus... I forgot another one. But let's be honest. Okay, the one that I missed from round one was Stitch's Great Escape versus Toy Story Mania. It was Toy Story Mania anyway. So we're going to go with Toy Story Mania versus Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. It's the battle of the Toy Stories. Which one do you pick? Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin or Toy Story Mania? What do you guys think? I feel like it's Toy Story Mania because I think Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin is great. It reminds me a lot of my childhood, but it needs an update. It needs something more. I feel like the lasers need to be better. I think it needs to be more like I think it needs to be more like Disneyland Paris or Disneyland in California where you can actually pick up the blaster and shoot it. Whereas I think Toy Story Mania is a little bit more competitive and fun. Hey, ta-ta for now. What is going on? It's good to have you here. Happy Friday. We are talking about the best Disney World attractions and rides. You just made it in. We are just finishing off round 2. I think I'm going to go with Toy Story Mania over Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin just because I think Buzz Lightyear needs a little bit of an update, although I love it. Whereas Toy Story Mania is just a really fun attraction, especially as the line has gone down. It's not a 100-minute wait anymore. It's more like a 35-minute wait because of Toy Story Land. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Toy Story Mania. Right, we're into the quarterfinals, guys. We're into the quarterfinals, and it's looking really good. Really, really good. Here we go. Pirates of the Caribbean, first quarterfinalist versus the Country Bear Jamboree. Hey, Steve's World, what is up, my friend? It's good to see you. Happy Friday, my friend. Yeah, so Pirates of the Caribbean versus the Country Bear Jamboree for the first round of the quarterfinals. What do you guys think? I think, for me, I love the Country Bears so much, but it's Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean just is that classic. It's that ride that never gets old. Like I said earlier, it's the first ride I went on at Disney this year, and it was the last ride I went on this year. It's a ride I have to go on every single time I'm there. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I love everything about it. I love the musky smell. I love the song. I love the theming. I love everything about it. For me, Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm sorry, my country bears. I love my country bears. But Pirates of the Caribbean, hands down, will take out the Country Bear Jamboree. And the Pirates of the Caribbean is heading to the semi-finals. Hey, Jill Bell Southern, what is up? It's so good to see you, my Alabama friend. How are you? Happy Friday. Pirates of the Caribbean, hands down, is heading to the semi-finals. All right, here we go. Quarter-final, round number 2. What did you hear about the couple that visited all 6 Disney parks on 2 coasts in one day? I did hear about that. That was really, really cool. They forgot to pack me in their suitcase, though. I mean, how dare they? Quarterfinals. We are heading with Frozen Ever After over in Epcot versus Flight of Passage. What do we think, guys? Flight of Passage versus Frozen Ever After. Now, for me, I love Frozen Ever After. For me, I think Frozen Ever After, we have 2 revolutionary rides here. We got the evolutionary ride of technology in terms of Flight of Passage, and we've got the evolutionary ride for dark rides for Frozen Ever After. I can see in the future that all dark rides are going to be modeled by Frozen Ever After because it's so good. It's the music is fantastic. The storytelling is great. But guys, Flight of Passage is just, every time I ride it, I am just jaw-dropped. It is amazing. It's just, from the minute you enter that ride line to the minute you end, it is just incredible. So, Flight of Passage, welcome to the semi-finals. Make sure we're hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel, sharing out this stream. We need everybody's help to decide what is the best Disney ride at Walt Disney World. All right, here we go. Quarterfinals time. Number 3, the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. The Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor versus the Festival of the Lion King. Now, if you've just joined us, we talked about how I was involved with the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor and how I've been Randall, and I've been the guy that was dancing up in the middle of the show. I love the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor because it's so unique in terms of, every time you go, it's a different attraction every single time. It's a different show. I love the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, and it's always quite easy to get into. The maximum is about a 20-minute wait because that's how long the show is. Festival of the Lion King, again, is my favorite show at Disney. It is my favorite show. I love it more than the Broadway show. I love it more than most things at Animal Kingdom because everything about it is amazing. Remember, guys, if I didn't have this body, I'd be a tumbling monkey. I worked so hard for this body, but if I didn't have this body, I'd be a tumbling monkey any day in the Lion King show. I love the Festival of the Lion King. I love it so much. And I love it more than Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. I do. I love the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor a lot. But the Festival of the Lion King is headed to the semi-finals. I love the Festival of the Lion King. They're both very good shows. Exactly, Joe. They are so good. And I'm glad these two were in the quarterfinals. But Festival of the Lion King is in the semi-finals. Welcome to the semi-finals. All right. This is a tough one, guys. Soarin' versus Peter Pan's Flight. 2 rides here that feel like you're flying. Soarin', a fantastic attraction in terms of how, if you read the backstory of how Soarin' was created, about how it was, dreamed up on a Rector set, and how he wound it and he created it, and just the whole design of Soarin' is fantastic. But Peter Pan's Flight, again, it just goes back to my childhood and has that special connection. There are faults in both. Peter Pan's Flight, I wish was longer. I wish Peter Pan was slightly longer, maybe a little bit more storytelling, maybe even a little bit slower. But again, it's still one of the most popular rides at Disney. But Soarin', I love Soarin', but, and this is a big but, I miss the smells from soaring over California. I miss that orange grove smell, and I miss the smells so much. The only smell I really like from the new soaring is the Caribbean smell over the water, over the island. The only smell I really like, and I miss that orange smell so much. And with that really makes me want to put Peter Pan's Flight into the semi-finals. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I love soaring, and you guys know that I love soaring. But Peter Pan's Flight is heading to the semi-finals, guys. Peter Pan's Flight, welcome to the semi-finals. Right, here we go. The two biggest rides in terms of height in Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom, Tower of Terror versus Expedition Everest. What do you guys think? Tower of Terror, an amazing themed attraction, a ride that's always different every single time because it's computerized. Each ride is so different. The theming is fantastic. Telltale Finesse says Tower of Terror. Arjon says Everest. Even though, Arjons, you have a fast pass to Tower of Terror. Caesar says Everest. Disney World Adventures says Tower of Terror. It's so split, guys. Everest is great because I love the theming and I love the fact that it goes backwards as well. And it's a great roller coaster. Liam says Everest. I can't choose between these two. I think because... here's the thing. Because Animal Kingdom has Flight of Passage, I think Everest has been jotted down a little bit down the order, whereas Tower of Terror I feel is my favourite ride at Hollywood Studios. The only half would say Everest, he's scared of Tower of Terror. Yeah, that's the thing, it's Tower of Terror for me is so well themed, it is so well designed, and I just love the look of it. I love the look of Tower of Terror, and I love the ride. Tower of Terror is in the semi-finals, guys. That was a really tough one. Really, really tough. But I do love Everest. I really, really do. But Tower of Terror for me is going to the semi-finals. Right. Okay, this one is probably going to be one of the easiest ones for me. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad versus the Haunted Mansion. Guys, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is a great attraction. The theming is great inside of Big Thunder Mountain, and then the whole mining complex and the whole mining disaster. I love the new theme of the Raikou, where you can blow stuff up. But guys, Haunted Mansion is just so special. It is just it just has that draw to it for me that every time I stand in Liberty Square outside the Haunted Mansion, it feels like the whole of Liberty Square is left behind. You are alone. You are haunted by those sounds coming out outside of the Haunted Mansion. The pre-show where, you are standing in the stretching room. Give you a tip right here. You can have your own private stretching room. I know, right? You can have your own private stretching room. Around 10, 11 o'clock before the park closes, go and ask a cast member if you can, and if it's not busy, go and ask them if you can have your own private stretching room, and you might be able to have that, because I've had it twice. It's great. A coaster always wins. I love Haunted Mansion too much. The theming, the backstory, just everything about the Haunted Mansion for me is there. You're definitely selling it. I can't. Haunted Mansion is just... Come on, guys. Look, I love Big Thunder Mountain Road, but I said earlier in this live stream, Big Thunder Mountain is my least favorite mountain, as despite actually loving that attraction, I love Splash, Space, and Everest and Seven Dwarfs Mine Coaster more than Big Thunder Mountain. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I'm probably going to get a lot of downs now, aren't I? Please don't hit that dislike button. But Haunted Mansion for me, hands down, is in the semi-finals. From one mountain to another, we're heading to Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is going to go up against the Carousel of Progress. Again, a hard pick. Splash Mountain, I love Splash Mountain just because of how long Splash Mountain is. It's one of the longest rides in Disney. I know Arjun's is not going to go with Splash Mountain because he doesn't like getting wet. But I love the Carousel of Progress because it has that connection to Walt. It's such a hard decision. Okay, this is how I'm going to judge this one. I love them both as much as each other. If I was told I could ride one ride, I gotta go with Splash Mountain. I know. I love Carousel of Progress. I could quote the whole of Carousel of Progress, but Splash Mountain for me, there's nothing better than me sitting at the front of the log of Splash Mountain and going down the massive 9-story drop and getting soaking wet, singing Zippity Doo Dah, Zippity Yay, my oh my, what a wonderful day. It just makes me laugh so much. My glasses get full of water. It's a tough one. It really is tough, but I'm gonna go with Splash Mountain for this one. Onto the third. Carousel Program was a free ride back when they used tickets. Yeah, it wasn't even an A ticket, was it? It wasn't an A ticket or a B ticket or an E ticket attraction. It was a ride that you could just go ride. And it's one of the longest running shows in American history, I believe. Someone fact check me that. I think it's one of the longest running American shows ever to run in history. From two mountains to the third, Space Mountain versus Toy Story Midway Mania. I love Toy Story. I grew up in the 90s. That's where it all began. Toy Story is a fantastic ride, and I love Midway Mania. I think it's really fun, and I love the fact the line is shorter. But Space Mountain, it's the roller coaster. It's the roller coaster that has inspired generations of roller coaster inventors. All Space Mountains are just, it just has that, you know, when you think of roller coaster in Disney, you think Space Mountain, right? It's Space Mountain, guys. You guys agree with me. For once, we all agree. Jill says Toy Story. The only problem with Toy Story, the reason why I knock out Toy Story is because I'm bad at it. But Space Mountain is heading to the semi-finals. Right, here we go. Semi-finals time. Semi-finals time. We've knocked down all of those. Oh wait, no. Is this? I don't even know what round this is. This is. I don't even know anymore. Right, next round. Pirates. I'm bad at Toy Story 2. Maybe we could have a bad ride together. Pirates of the Caribbean versus Flight of Passage, guys. Pirates of the Caribbean versus Flight of Passage. Why did I have to do this? Why am I doing this? Oh, this is a tough one. Flight of Passage says Tata for now. Arjon says Flight of Passage. Oh, I don't know. I think Pirates of the Caribbean is a classic. It always will be a classic. It's just a beautifully done attraction, but it never gave me a jaw-dropping experience. Every time I go on Flight of Passage, I am jaw-dropped. And there's no better way of saying that it's Flight of Passage, guys. I love Pirates. That's why it's here in the last 8. So look, I'm sorry, Pirates. I'm sorry, Captain Jack. I'm sorry, Redhead. I'm sorry, the dog with the keys in his mouth. But Flight of Passage is going on to the final 4. Flight of Passage. Final floor. Final 4. Gosh, I couldn't. Flight of Passage Final 4. I got it right. Not the dog. No! Right, here we go. Um, oh no, 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 no! This is even worse. Oh gosh. The Festival of the Lion King, the best show, my opinion, the best show at Disney, versus Peter Pan's Flight. Oh gosh. Oh no, 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 no. Right. This is gonna really hurt me because I'm gonna go with the Festival of the Lion King. The Festival of the Lion King is just, for me, a little better than Peter Pan's Flight just because I want more of Peter Pan's Flight. Peter Pan's Flight is only 2.5 minutes long, whereas Festival of the Lion King is 35 minutes long. I love Peter Pan's Flight so much, but the line is always really long to get on it. And despite it being the classic of the it needs to be longer. It needs to be a little bit longer. But yeah, it's so difficult to compare. It's so difficult to compare. But in terms of how I feel coming out of both of those attractions, just the way I feel in that last bit of finale of the Festival of the Lion King always gets me. Always gets me. When the gift, you know, the woman sings the last bit of the Circle of Life, I'm just bawling out, crying, I'm shaking and goosebumps. I just love the Festival of the Lion King, and I think Peter Pan's Flight just doesn't give that feeling. Hopefully I go to Disneyland Paris next year so I can vlog it. You and Jen from Our Theme Life have mutual love for Festival of the Lion King. Yeah, we both love it, and I do love Festival of the Lion King. It just, so Festival of the Lion King, you are going into the top 4. Here we go. 2 creepy places: the Tower of Terror versus the Haunted Mansion. Ah, gosh. I don't know. Tower of Terror is so good. I love Tower of Terror. It's just the ride. Just every time I go on it, I get that thrill, and I'm always smiling by the end of it. But Haunted Mansion, it's the classic ride. It's Disney's classic ride. It's meant to be creepy and whimsical and fun, and the storytelling and the theming of Haunted Mansion and the story of Master Gracie and the bride, the killing bride, and the song Grim Grinning Ghosts Come Out to Socialize. Come on, like I gotta go with Haunted Mansion, guys. I've got to go with Haunted Mansion. Sorry, Tower of Terror, but yeah, I'm sorry. Goodbye, Twilight Zone. Here we go. The Battle of the Mountains. Splash Mountain versus Space Mountain. This is for entry to the last 4. The last 4. We need to decide Splash or Space. Is it the dash to Splash or the race to Space? I'm going to make this really simple for you guys. Really, really simple. Whenever I enter into Magic Kingdom, do I dash to Splash or race to Space? I'm racing to Space Mountain. I'm sorry, I love Splash Mountain. I think Splash Mountain is just a really great themed ride, and I love the Song of the South. I love Zippity Doodah. But Space Mountain just is the first thing I rush to in the morning. I have to go there and just, I don't know. We need a lifeline for pirates. I'm going to go with Space Mountain, guys, over Splash Mountain. Space Mountain is in the top 4. Here we go. Last 4. We are nearly there. We've gone for 2 hours. I didn't even mean to go for 2 hours. I only wanted to go for an hour. But here we go. Flight of Passage versus the Festival of the Lion King. Flight of Passage versus the Festival of the Lion King. Oh gosh, I don't know, guys. Festival of the Lion King, Flight of Passage. Everyone's going Flight of Passage. It's either being jaw-dropped by the end of Flight of Passage or having tears down my eyes at the end of Festival of the Lion King. Well, paved the way for some of the amazing rides in the future, but the Festival of the Lion King is the best show at Disney. You know what? I think because I consistently go on Flight of Passage and I'm jaw-dropped every single time, I'm going with Flight of Passage. I can't... I love Festival of the Lion King so much, but Flight of Passage is going into the finals. Who would have thought it? Flight of Passage is in the final, beating out Festival of the Lion King. Ask me again next year. But Flight of Passage, still hard to get fast passes for too, yeah. But let me tell you something. I've been in a lot of wait times. I've waited 2.5 hours for Flight of Passage, and I can honestly say every minute was worth it. Was worth it, hands down. Someone finally put it in the finals. It wins my bracket hands down. Flight of Passage for me, it is groundbreaking. It is just... I'm going to tell you right now, when Galaxy's Edge opens, a lot of that technology will have been inspired by Flight of Passage. Yeah? It just is. It is just an amazing piece of imaginary. I used Epcot Bob's Fast Pass and rode it with Dean. Oh, he let you use it. He is one generous man. LCB025, how's it going? How are you? Sorry, I'm late. I didn't get a notification. Oh, sorry to hear that. But you have joined just in time because we are just finishing up our final 4. Now final 3. We are now got Space Mountain versus the Haunted Mansion. Guys, look, for me, like I said earlier, every single time I had work at Disney's Contemporary Resort, before or after work, I went to Magic Kingdom and I rode Haunted Mansion. Because it has that sense of... there has that connection to me. I want to be that 1000 haunt in the Haunted Mansion. I want to be able to be a ghost in the Haunted Mansion. I love the Haunted Mansion. Space Mountain is great. I really love it. It's my favorite mountain. But my favorite mountain cannot compete with the Haunted Mansion. So Haunted Mansion defeats Space Mountain. And there we go, guys. Our final 2. Our final 2. And it's only taken over 2 hours. Over 2 hours. We finally have our final 2. We have Flight of Passage versus Haunted Mansion. It is kind of like an eclipse. You have the future and the past. It's like Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. It's like Woody versus Buzz. It's like Hercules and Hades. It's like Dole Whip or Dole Whip. Either way, I'm going to pick them both. I had to bring food in there. Maybe, I need to do a food bracket challenge. That'll take longer than 2 hours. Guys, this is just... I think just because, look, Flight of Passage, jaw-dropping every single time. It always has that connection that I feel every time I go on it. I'm like, I just love this ride so much. But I don't get that feeling of going there every single time and getting that satisfaction that I get from Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion, every single time I go on it, I feel connected to Disney, to Walt, to just to the attraction, right? It is that history, that just one of a kind attraction. It is meant to be fun. It's meant to be whimsical. It's meant to be dark, and the theming again is just better than anything else. It's so hard to pick. Ah, I don't know. I love Haunted Mansion and I love Flight of Passage. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Look, and I can't say it's a tie because I'll get so much hate if it's a tie. I think just because if Flight of Passage was not 200 minutes every single day, a bit of an exaggeration. If it wasn't like, 140, 160, 180, it probably would win this. But the fact I can still get a fast pass for Haunted Mansion the day I'm there and ride it more than once a day, and the fact that I went on it every single day pretty much of my Disney college program, and the fact that I just love don't say it, the fact that Haunted Mansion is just a one-of-a-kind story that I feel so encompassed by. Haunted Mansion is my pick for the best Disney World ride. And here we go. Here's all the dislikes and unsubscribes to Disney Dan, and everybody's going to say, that's it, thumbs down, Dan. Dislike. Please go subscribe to the other Disney Dan who's got 90,000 subs and whatever, and ignore this little British guy who doesn't know anything about Disney. Unsubscribe. Guys, look, just for Flight of Passage to get to number 2, I think is a great achievement for itself. It is an amazing attraction, and I love them both. And to be honest, I'm going to say this right now, pretty much every single attraction on this entire grid, except Primeval Hurl, Mission Space, and Mad Tea Party, except for those 3, I love the rest. I love Disney attractions. Who is this Disney Dan? I'm just saying it right now. I love Disney attractions just because of I just love Disney Imagineering. And although I'm trying to soften the blow of Haunted Mansion being my favorite, I just feel that Disney World attractions are going to progress even more now. Dan, what's happening with your subs? I don't know what is happening. Have I just lost loads of subs? I'm going to check right now. I'm going to be like, sub. Unsub. Oh no, I'm going to check right now because I think I may have lost like... Oh no. Oh, let's see. Okay, that's fine. You got me worried there. Look, guys, I think Disney Imagine, it's a great time to be into Disney. Disney rides are only going to get better. If Flight of Passage is where it is right now, think about where the rides are going to be in 5, 10, 20 years time from now, right? If Flight of Passage is this good now, think about what's going to happen in the next couple of years. Think about what's happening in Galaxy's Edge. Think about what's going to happen to Epcot with Guardians of the Galaxy, Spaceship Earth, all these new Ratatouille. Look, it is a great time to be a Disney fan, and it's a great time to be a Disney Parks fan. And although Haunted Mansion may be my favorite ride, that doesn't mean that it's your favorite ride. You might say, oh, the Enchanted Tiki Room is my favorite attraction. The Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse is my favorite attraction. We will finally... Hey, listen, we'll grow old together and enjoy it together. Next thing you know, he's going to be... That is a great idea, Johns. That is such a great idea. I don't think how anybody hasn't... Okay, let me bring you back to reality right now, okay? If you've never tried pickles on tacos, you need to. I'm losing my mind, guys. They're going to let us fly the Millennium Falcon. I mean, come on. They're going to let us ride the Millennium Falcon? I mean, what a piece of junk. Quoting Luke Skywalker there. I know I'm geeking out. Guys, trust me. Pickles on tacos. Okay. Let's break it down, right? Let's break it down. What is inside a taco? Okay, chicken or beef or some sort of pork or something, right? Okay. What do you put on that? You put on lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. Just go with me. Go with me. What do you put inside a burger? Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. Instead of it being with buns, you just put it in a taco shell. It just makes sense. What do you put also on it? You put on salsa, right? You put on burger sauce or you put on like condiments, right? It's the same thing. It works. Trust me. It works. The only thing that probably doesn't make a little bit of sense is the sour cream and the guacamole. Trust me. Don't knock it until you try it. I'm telling you right now. Believe me, Ed and Mindy from the Viapree Project were there. And they were disgusted by it. They disapproved. Even Jordan, their daughter, was like, ew. And I'm like, it's actually not too bad. How am I meant to know? I had no idea pickles didn't go on tacos. I had no idea. I had no idea whatsoever. It was my first time trying a taco. So, and listen, right, okay, if you've never had a taco before, if you've never really had Mexican food before, right, you get the tacos, you have them on the tray, you take them over to the fixins bar, you see lettuce, salsa, guacamole, sour cream, and pickles. If pickles are there, that tells me, right, if the pickles are at the fixins area, then surely pickles go on tacos. There should be a sign, right? There should be a sign saying pickles don't go on tacos. Is it against the law? Is it against... No, it's not. The pickles are fine. And let me tell you something. The tacos at Pecos Bill, I can't believe I'm going on a pickle taco rant. It's really good. Someone's going to send me a taco to my P.O. box if I ever get one. Yes, against taco law. What kind of tacos? I like pickles. I can't. Thank you. But though Emma and John, you're from here. You're from the UK, so we don't really know. Like if you my American friends had Indian food and you ate it wrong, we would tell you because we love our Indian food. Who says what is right or wrong on what you can say and can't put on ours food? Really, exactly. I couldn't have put it better myself. Yeah, maybe I think we just don't understand. You're right. I don't think we understand. I love Chinese food. I love Chinese, but American Chinese food is different to British Chinese food. Because we get our prawn crackers. Oh, I love prawn crackers. We don't get rice in the little pot things, but Americans get fortune cookies most of the time. We don't always get our fortune cookies, but prawn crackers, it's where it's at. And also, Domino's, right? In America, you don't get the small pots of garlic dip with your pizza. Oh, I can't believe I'm talking about Domino's and pizza and Chinese food on a Disney live stream. I didn't try Chinese food when in America. Best Chinese food I've had in America, not gonna lie, was at Boston, Massachusetts. So if you're from the New England area, really nice Chinese food there. I would maybe avoid Nine Dragons at Chinese Pavilion. Not my cup of tea. It's a little bit, yeah, Panda Expressy. The McDonald's tastes different as well. The McDonald's does taste differently. I love British McDonald's over American McDonald's. I'm sorry. I love America, but British McDonald's doesn't have the chicken legend, and I love the chicken legend. Big Trouble in Little China is a great movie. Wow. So we've been going for a long time. And you know what? It's 5:12 here in the UK. It's 12 minutes past 5. And I'm getting hungry. I already had before my vanilla latte coffee, which was really nice in my Ravenclaw mug. That was really nice. But guys, I really do appreciate all your support. We had a really go eat a taco. Let me tell you something. Where I live, there is no Mexican food. None. So it's going to have to wait. Have you seen the Walt Disney announces a new nature-themed resort in 2022? I have. And they are going to be replacing River Country. What was River Country? Over near Fort Wilderness. I am super excited for that. I am really, really excited because for a long time, River Country was just that place where you would go on the boats and see the remnants of River Country. I'm really excited for that. I'm really, really excited. A lot of change is coming to Disney. A lot of change. But guys, I just want to say, but nearby Chiquitos. I don't mind Chiquitos. I just want to say, guys, we are so. I just want to say thank you so much. I just hit 650 subscribers. We are on our way to 700 subscribers, and I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful for everybody here in the chat. I'm very grateful to everybody who stopped by today. I'm also very grateful of everybody who subscribed and supported me for over a year, doing this YouTube thing now pretty much full time. All the people I've met are amazing, and the people I continue to meet, started to meet a lot more British Disney fans, which is fantastic. It's great to see you guys here as well. And I do love my American family as well. My Alabama friend, Belle Southern, and we've got Mouse Talk, Magical News Live, R. Johns, the legend R. Johns, and everybody who I've met at Disney. I just want to say thank you. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon as well. I'll be going back to Disney World in August of next year. I'm super excited for that. But hopefully we'll be there, and just the continued love and support is just amazing. I just love it so much. Yeah, it's been a really, really awesome afternoon. No problem, Dan. We all are, oh, thank you so. I really do appreciate that. And like I said right at the start of this stream, I've been going through a little bit of a tough time, and just doing this has really brought my spirits up. If you don't know, guys, I'll be going into surgery on Monday, and I'll be homebound for 2 weeks. So it's not great. But also, I'll be homebound for 2 weeks, which means a little bit more YouTube. So it's good and bad stuff. So, but on more positive news, tomorrow, Disney Fiasco episode 23. 23 weeks in a row. Episode 23 of Disney Fiasco. I'll be joined once again by Mickey's Magic, my partner channel, Megan from Mickey's Magic, as well as some other people, because we have a very, very, very fun show tomorrow. It's a very special show because it's Halloween time. I thought I'd bring on a couple of guests onto tomorrow's show. So I hope you guys check out tomorrow's Disney Fiasco episode number 23. I just wanted to give a massive, massive shout out to my other partner channel, Corey Fiasco. He is absolutely awesome. He just had his birthday. He's down at Disney right now. He is absolutely killing it on YouTube. He's over 1,200 subs. Please go subscribe to both my partner channels, Corey Fiasco and Mickey's Magic. Please check out theliveplace.com. The Live Place is where you'll see my show, Disney Fiasco, every single week, and you'll see other family-friended live stream YouTubers like my friends Josh and Jenna from Resort TV 1, as well as Mouse Talk, Walt from Mouse Talk, Magical News Live, Our Theme Life, who will be back tomorrow. Just so much great stuff, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. I'm trying to think of everything else that I'm trying to think of that's coming out. Sunday will be a new vlog as normal. Sunday will be a vlog before I go in for my surgery on Monday. So hopefully that will be there for you guys as well. Yes, Hollywood Studios tonight with Resort TV 1 with R. Johns. So please go check out Resort TV 1, Josh, Jenna, and R. Johns. I'm going to include R. Johns with Resort TV 1 because you guys are awesome. They are awesome as well. Thank you, Liam. I really do appreciate that. Guys, it's really, if you really would like to donate to the channel, You are not obligated to at all whatsoever. But I do have a PayPal, and the link will be in the description box down below. All funds will go towards this YouTube channel, and all the funds will be designed around charity events. So I've decided, this is a big announcement, I've decided that all the money that I get donated on PayPal, I'm going to create videos so that I can give that money to charity, because I think it's something very special. So I will be doing that. So thank you for everybody who has donated so far. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, really busy weekend. Thank you so much for watching this little Friday night, afternoon, day live stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please check me out on Twitter and on Instagram at DisneyDan, and just make sure that we're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, turn that notification bell on, please, 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 please. Please check out partner channels, Mickey's Magic, Corey Fiasco. Guys, you are not my subscribers. You are my friends, whether we've met yet or not. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Disney Fiasco episode number 23. Like I always say, guys, live your life with a smile each and every day, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye, guys. See you later. And we are out.